here we are in the Qs, okay? And this is a really simple, very simple bar, right? So we took out the higher high, and now we're just sitting right on that level. So this is pretty clear which way you're setting up. So if you have a long-legged doji, which is exactly what you have right here, right? The body's in the middle, and then you have the long leg this way and this way, and we know that that means rejection, right? So if we know that, then we know that this now becomes a decisive bar. So if you take this out to the low, it's very rare that you're going to see this take out the low and then reverse that day. It would have to engulf it, and that would be a very powerful pattern. It could happen, but it would be very powerful. More likely, and I want to stay focused on this because it's important, more likely you're going to go sideways maybe here, maybe down a little bit lower. You're going to bounce around in here, right? And so you're going to have to watch this very closely because that happened right on our level, and that's really important to me. Now, if you flip over, you can push. It can push again. And I think when people digest, like when people start understanding what the news was and why we dropped, which I equate more to an article that just happened to come out at the wrong time, then panic selling, to me, it just looked like algorithmic trading on that sell. And you can kind of see that today. Now, if you look at the SPY on the 15-minute, it was just straight down. And then after you flushed everybody out, you have Wick City, right? Wicks are price rejection. So that's not something to me that I have to worry about. I just think that you're in a very super technical market, and that's putting us in a position where you need to look at things like this, right? 429.62, and you just kind of want to see how this trades around. But for me, I think that's really important. Those levels are ones to watch, and I really want to focus on your crosshairs. Right, you're right in here. Okay, and you really need to focus on these levels. And I'm spending a lot of time on these levels because it's important. You know, you didn't flip today. You stopped. You know, and right, just FYI, you stopped right at the 200 too. So it's not like you're not stopping at something that's pertinent. And on top of that, we've had a lot of froth in the market with the meme names we just went over, right? So we have froth in the market. We have the meme names. So you can pull back and then make another attempt to go through it. Just because you roll back down does not mean we're going back down to here, okay? And I think that people need to start understanding that. This whole thing was one big inflation trade, right? This is when he started talking about inflation might not be transitory. Powell started talking right here about rate hikes. Okay, this is when we said inflation may have peaked. This is one big trade. Doesn't mean you're coming all the way back down. Okay, it just means for now that we might pull back a little bit, and that would be okay. But just watch these key levels that we just went through. If you look at the IWM, again, you're right at that 200-day. You're right at the peak of the anchored VWAP. There are definitely levels that you need to focus on. So if I would continue to focus on those, I just find the action in the VIX really kind of mind-boggling. You know, we sell down, it hardly moves. We rally, it goes up. There's a lot going on here. So, you know, I would really tend to focus on this. And if you're uncomfortable with what's going on out there, my advice is to stick with the ETFs until this settles down and you get a better decision. You know, everybody thinks this looks easy, but this is not. It's not easy at all. It's a very difficult market. I mean, you're watching this happen. You're watching this fall down very fast in the middle of the day, and you're not even seeing a spike in the VIX. So it makes you wonder how that's happening. So, you know, we've had success in the trading room. In the newsletter, again, there's a free version below in trading names like this. So, you know, in at a certain price, and then you just keep moving the stop up. And when you get stopped out, you get stopped out. Meanwhile, you know, this could just simply grind higher and you're not dealing with the noise. This is TQQ 3X ETF. Something to think about, you know, why we try to sort this out. But again, you know, retail's tomorrow, so see how that goes. You really want to focus on, next is going to be Lowe's as well. So you're going to want to pay attention to that. You know, Lowe's ran up today. So, and earnings are tomorrow on the 17th. So just FYI, keep that in mind. So if you like this clip, click on the left to watch another one. Or if you want to see the entire video, click on the right.